This is the YouTube edition of my book, A Course in Miracles Workbook Nuggets, which is a study aid for the course's workbook for students. I'll begin by reading my book's commentary on today's lesson over a visual of the book's text. I'll then return with some further thoughts on the lesson, which are only included in this YouTube edition of my book. Today's lesson is part of a 10-lesson group that runs from lesson 331 through lesson 340, each of which relates to the ego as understood in the course. I'll be repeating this same introduction for each of lessons 331 through 340, so you can skip past this introduction in the future if you like. Timestamps taking you directly to today's Workbook Nuggets commentary and my further comments are provided in the description below. In the course, the ego is our belief that we are separate and limited bodies with independent minds and wills. The ego is not a real entity, but an illusory, mistaken identity that we believe to be us. The introduction, which precedes these 10 lessons, tells us that, quote, "To know reality is not to see the ego," end quote. Today's lesson from my book and my further thoughts, which are only contained in this YouTube edition of the book, follow. A link to the book on Amazon.com is provided below. Lesson number 334, November 30. Today I claim the gifts forgiveness gives. If I see my brother sinless, I realize that I am sinless as well. Instinctively, we know that we are all fundamentally the same. The differences between people, as vast as they appear, are surface and cosmetic. Since we all think that we ourselves are sinful and that all people are essentially the same at their core, my only path to salvation is to realize that no one, including myself, is sinful. This is the secret power of forgiveness. It makes use of our deeply buried knowledge that we are all the same at our inner core to see our own sinlessness, the sinlessness of our brothers, and the sinlessness of the world. As hard as it is to see sinlessness in our brothers, it is easier than seeing it in ourselves. The title of today's lesson is Today I Claim the Gifts Forgiveness Gives. When the world is forgiven, that is, seen beyond, all that is left is reality, what actually was created by God. God creates by extending himself. And since God is only love, love is all there is. Ever expanding and shining love. We, as his children, are that love in extension. And thus, we leave the illusion of separateness, bodies, time, and conflict behind. These are gifts indeed, and I claim them today.